My neighbor's dog ruined my sleep, so I used it to ruin his, by user salad unlucky 10. Every night from midnight to 3 a.m. his dog would bark non-stop right outside my bedroom. Deep loud echoing barks like he was announcing the end of the world. I asked my neighbor twice to bring the dog in. Both times he brushed it off with a smirk and said he's just doing his job. Cool. Then I'll do mine. I started recording the barking on my phone. The next morning at 6 a.m. right after my neighbor got home from his night shift, I played it back full volume through a speaker pointed at his wall. I repeated that for 2 mornings. No yelling. No threats. Just his own dog giving him a taste of what I'd been dealing with. On day 3 the dog was inside before 10 p.m. hasn't barked at night since. Sometimes the best revenge is pressing play. She always called me just the boyfriend, so I helped her move, quietly, by user initial afternoon 5:32. My girlfriend's sister never liked me. Every time we were around family, she'd say stuff like, "You're just her boyfriend, not family," or "Don't get too comfortable." I let it slide for over a year because I didn't want to start drama. A few months ago, she needed help moving apartments. Nobody else was free, and she asked me. I said sure, showed up early, loaded the truck, even brought her a coffee. She was kinda shocked. When we finished, she just looked at me and said, "I didn't think you'd actually show." I just smiled and said, "Yeah, I'm just the boyfriend of your sister, remember?" She stared at me for a second and acted like guilty. She's been way more respectful since. My boss kept scheduling meetings during my lunch, so I started eating lunch in every meeting, by user Dogetum. I used to take my lunch break at the same time every day, 12 to 1. I don't eat breakfast, just coffee and lots of water, so my lunch is essential and I can't just skip it. My calendar was blocked, but my boss, newly promoted, power tripping, started scheduling meetings right in the middle of it. The first couple times, I let it slide. Figured maybe it was urgent. But then it became a pattern. I pushed back and reminded him that it was during my break, and he said, "Well, we all have to make sacrifices sometimes." Cool. Got it. Next meeting, I showed up with a full plate of spaghetti and meatballs. Had my camera on and mic unmuted, slurping and chewing, occasionally gave thumbs up while mid-bite. Few days later it repeated, so I brought sticky wings. Last week on Thursday it happened again, glad I still had my pizza. He finally asked, "Do you have to eat during the meeting?" I smiled and said, "We all have to make sacrifices sometimes. It's Friday today. We didn't have any meetings during my lunch hours this week." Update, 3 awards. Wow. Thank you so much. I'll eat something crunchy next, just for you. Update, 4th award. Okay fine, next meeting I'm bringing sushi and miso soup, with slurping. Update, 5th award. Holy moly. You people are unhinged and I love it. I guess it's time for crab legs. Update, 6th award. What is happening? I'm bringing a fondue pot. Not joking. I'm heating cheese mid-meeting. Update, 7th award. What? Okay, after fondue we do a whole tomahawk steak. Bone in. And I will carve it live on camera like it's a cooking show. Update, 8th award. Are you kidding me? Alright, no more playing, I'm sourcing a miniature hibachi grill. I'm doing full hibachi chef cosplay. There will be onion volcanoes. There will be fire. Update, 9th award. You monsters. Fine. I'm adding a rotisserie attachment. Whole chicken spinning behind me while I scream about burn down charts. We're marinating in velocity now. Update, 10th award. What is wrong with you people? Now I have to flambe something live. I don't even know what yet, maybe bananas, maybe my resignation letter. There will be a smoke alarm, and I will not be muting my mic. Update, 11th award. I hate all of you. I'm wheeling in a backyard barbecue smoker. Brisket is on. Ribs are prepped. I'm giving sprint updates in a bathrobe, wielding meat tongs. This might be my last Zoom meeting. I don't care. This is your fault. Update, 12th award. Iconic 250 gold? What even is that? I didn't even know this thing existed. You guys just keep raising the bar on chaos. Honestly, I'm impressed and slightly terrified. The backyard barbecue smoker now has disco lights and a fog machine. The HR is cheering. I'm indoors wearing sunglasses, pulling off dance moves I definitely shouldn't. Update, 13th award? You guys are out of your minds. You also wanted fish? Fine. I'm unveiling a full-blown human-size sashimi boat. It's on dry ice. There's a decorative koi fountain. I'm narrating stand-ups in a whisper like it's a Michelin tasting. Update, 14th award? Do you all ever sleep? I brought in 2 portable pizza ovens. One for Neapolitan, one for Detroit style. Dough is flying. Sauce is on the lens. I'm yelling OKRs through a cloud of basil-infused steam. I'm one burnt crust away from accidentally pitching the MVP launch as a new pizza topping. Update, 15th award? Okay, this has to stop. The meeting now includes a towering seafood platter on ice. Lobster tails. Giant prawns. Caviar. I'm drizzling lemon with tweezers while shouting burn rate numbers. It's a boardroom and a Bond villain dinner. Update, 16th award? What did I ever do to deserve this? A whole bluefin tuna brought straight from Tsukiji is being carved behind me. I'm not doing it alone anymore, I hired a chef. There's dramatic music. I'm delivering roadmap updates like a Food Network finale. Update, 17th award? No, seriously, who is behind this? It's Weijiahu time. I've got a 5 ribeye from Miyazaki, sea urchin butter, and a tabletop lava stone grill sizzling like a death ritual. I'm searing slices with gold chopsticks while spooning caviar onto bone marrow toast between velocity updates. It's showtime. Update, 18th award? You absolute menaces. I've called in a Cantonese roast master. There's lacquered duck, goose, and char siu glistening under studio lights. Each cut is plated with edible orchids. The fat crackles when you look at it wrong. I'm presenting KPIs while brushing glaze with a horsehair brush like I'm restoring fine art. Update, 19th award? You have too much power and zero impulse control. There's a 9-course kaiseki service unfolding mid-stand-up. The chef doesn't speak, he only nods. Plates arrive on a conveyor of polished stone with gold leaf. There's a matcha ceremony happening during the KPI review. I'm bowing between Gantt chart slides. A crane call echoes in the background. No one knows why. Thanks for making this madness happen. You're all too much, and I mean that in the best way. P.S. If my manager asks why there was smoke and EDM lights in our last meeting, I'm forwarding them this post. You did this. You explain it. I wore the most revealing shorts I own because my neighbor's husband got his feelings hurt by his wife talking about me mowing my front yard shirtless, by user deleted. I, 34M, have been in my current neighborhood now for going on 3 years. For all 3 years, on especially hot days, I have always mowed my yard usually shirtless and in shorts. I feel like this is a fairly normal thing for most men to do, at least from what I have seen in my neighborhood. Earlier this year my neighbors directly across from me, couple maybe in their high 30s, have become a bit of a problem. The wife works from home and the husband doesn't. I also work from home, so sometimes I mow during random moments of the day. The wife always makes small talk with me and we run into each other often when she's doing yard walk or on walks around the neighborhood. Fast forward last week, I was mowing around 4 to 5 p.m.ish and just wrapped up mowing and his wife was out watering plants, so she came by and we chatted it up. Not much later her husband pulls up, I say hi and we chat a bit longer, then we go our separate ways. Later that night, I get a random DM from this man, no idea how he had my info, and he went on this long rant about how I am a homeworker and I need to cover up when mowing my own yard. I told him to kick rocks and stop being an insecure little prick. To top it all off, the next time I mowed I ensured that I took it up a notch and wore some revealing shorts to match not wearing a shirt. Pretty petty lol, but IDC. Kept calling me sir on the phone, so I gave him a taste of his own medicine, by user few needleworker 685. I'm a female, but I'm often mistaken for a man when speaking on the phone. One day, I called my insurance company for support, and the representative kept addressing me as sir. I politely corrected him, letting him know that I was a woman, but he continued to say, yes, sir. So, I decided to turn the tables. As the conversation went on, I started responding to him with yes, ma'am. After a few times, he finally snapped and said, I'm not a woman, I'm a man. But I just kept saying, yes, ma'am. Eventually, he got so frustrated that he hung up. To this day, I still laugh hard whenever I think about that conversation.